Hello and welcome. This is a quick video to let you guys know about the changes that are coming to the 1.1 Rossbach beta. These changes are not in-game just yet, but they are on the way. They are coming. Need to make that very clear. Hopefully, sometime this week. This was the screenshot that they showed at the top of the dev diary, and it looks to be the multiplayer that Yuan keeps referencing. And I just wanted to point out that this little Venice here, this is the one that Yuan is playing, and he's saying that it's now at 2,500 base tax. He's making 50% more from trade than tax, and 30,000 regular army, and he doesn't even look at the cost of them, so he's basically responding to people who are talking about their own experiences, and there's a lot of people who are finding Bohemia specifically to be a lot more difficult than before, though I'd argue that's a good thing because Bohemia was kind of insane before, so maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, let's have a look at the changes and updates and such. Obviously, they're going to update 1.1 before the weekend. They have further plans for next week. This update, as far as I'm aware, is not out yet. I have nothing in my Steam library for updates, downloads for it, so it's hopefully coming, but it's not out just yet. The policy for updating the public betas is to fix the issues that have been introduced by the beta, or anything urgent they've missed that is safe to add in. If you're trying out the public beta, please report any issues you find. What they've done so far this week includes the following, but is not limited to it. So, harbor suitability and other naval impacts now reduce the port cost like before. This is something that was, I'm sure other people noticed it as well, but immediately reported on by Count Christo over on Reddit, finding that harbors were just terrible now. They're supposed to be double as good as they currently are in the game. You can see the images. Actually, if I just zoom in, the proximity for the Romans are just completely nothing what they were, and this is 1.10 where, you've got a little bit, but harbors got absolutely nuked. This has been reported and agreed that it is a bug. Its harbor capacity is supposed to be doubled, however, it didn't make it in properly. They're going to be in a hotfix soon, and if you are wanting to get that earlier and faster, then you should go and find the Harbors 1.1 temporary fix that Count Christo also made there. Basically, does literally what the update is going to do, which is double the effectiveness of harbors or harbor capacity. That is kind of important. It is also the way the game is supposed to be. It's not just a buff because I think this is too weak. It is like, obviously just a bug. Proximity tooltip now has a small icon showing what kind of proximity is being used. You can see that on the screenshot here. From Cape Kamanjekt, Kvarner Gulf is naval. This one is land, I think. Or no, it's docking, like from water to land. And I don't think we see one from land to land, but I'm sure there's a different icon for that as well. Coalition CPs use superiority wall goals. I haven't had a coalition since 1.1, so I didn't know that was broken. Reduce the impact from minor uprisings to 25% of the previous prosperity impact, and now only lasts 5 years. There was a lot of people complaining about this, saying that this was essentially the worst part of the new update. Minor uprisings are basically rebels that don't become large enough to spawn a war. Instead, you got a huge prosperity impact, and it lasted for 10 years, and it was rough. It was very rough, to the point where it was probably worse than actually just fighting the war. Now it's 25% of what it was previously. I don't remember the exact numbers, I'm afraid, but it seems like a good change that people are going to be happy about. Pops raising up in any type of revolt now get a plus 50 decaying bonus to satisfaction, so they're not just going to rise up instantly again, hopefully. Fixed colonial charters ending after one location. I hadn't played long enough to... Wait a minute, did I? Last night I was playing a multiplayer where I was playing as Majapahit. It wasn't streamed, it was just with a couple of my friends. And I did start colonizing into the Philippines, and I only got... No, it didn't stop, though, because it did start colonizing the second location. So I didn't experience this bug. I guess this is just... not every time. I don't know. I haven't experienced this one, but if it's fixed, it's fixed. Bug fix for Wastelands getting colored wrong. That's a lot of people complaining about Wasteland coloring in forever. It's always going to have something that they can tweak, I'm sure. DHEs for Mycen will now work when you form Saxony. I saw a complaint about that in the mega thread for Rossbach feedback. So it's good that that was covered on. And then they've also done the same for Sweden when you form Scandinavia. 11th Cavalry has its signs aligned with other cavalry. Fixed a crash related to selecting provinces for peace treaties on the map, another one that I did not experience yet. Fixed a missing input binding settings for speeds 6 and 7. I'm not going to lie, having speeds 7 speeds it's taking some getting used to. I don't know where I want to keep it for single player and multiplayer play. It's it's all up in the air right now. Fixes to the tooltips on the river map mode, good stuff. You can now cancel being forced to divert trade when applicable, good. Fixed a few icons being wrong regarding topography and threat. There's a new threat map mode, which is kind of useful-ish, but everyone's just like this roughly same shade of gray. You can't really see any, unless there's like a big standout. It's kind of hard to differentiate in my experience. Fixed an issue where the AI would not launch independence movement wars even when they had the sufficient support. You now see the amount of manpower you'll raise on the map in the raise levy screen. That's kind of nice. And about a dozen different fixes related to the HRE, and there are more coming soon. Also, boom, here, this is important for me, obviously. They're working on a fix for the broken Hongwu D achievement as well. They fixed an issue preventing it from being completed for 1.1, but found another underlying one that only surfaced after that fix worked and new reports came in. My report is one of them. I shared my save file for Hongwu D. Hopefully that has helped them. They're working on it as a high priority for the next update, while also working on estates, building selection, rebel progress, and the impact tribesmen have on proximity. Good stuff. This update is not out just yet. I need to reiterate that again. Hopefully we will be getting it soon, because these updates, especially harbor suitability, I would like... My plan was, instead of playing this Magic Heat game yesterday, I was planning on streaming Brandenburg, and I was actually going to go for the Brandenburg achievements because, I don't know, getting achievements in a beta patch, why not? But because of this bug specifically, and also the fact that the achievements weren't actually on Steam, they were just in the game, I ended up not. Also, I wasn't feeling great. But anyway, that is the update. If there is any more that you think needs to be looked at, there is a mega thread for all of the feedback. If you have any, please let them know, because, I've seen myself from some of the posts in here, like if I do Control F for Saxony, there's this post by Doldenberg talking about DHEs for Saxony Mycen, and now that's in. So what you report, if it is correct, it will be looked at. It will be added, and that's one of the big strengths of E5 right now. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I know it's a short video. I hope you got some info out of it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.